Hello everyone, this is Jessica Moreno from the Coalition for Sonoran Desert Protection, and I'm just going to give a brief overview of our project in this area that we have going on right now. Our project, which we are calling Safe Passages for Wildlife and I-10 East, is following up on a 2017 Wildlife Passage Suitability Assessment that we led of the culverts that exist on I-10 between SR 83 and SR 90 east of Tucson. This community science project, which is funded by the Arizona Game and Fish Heritage Fund, is using driving roadkill surveys and wildlife camera monitoring at 10 culvert and bridge sites to provide some baseline data on wildlife passage rates and roadkill hotspots on I-10 within the Rincon-Santa Rita-Whetstone wildlife linkage. And our goal here is just to inform and support mitigation efforts to increase safe passage of wildlife across the interstate, improving highway safety and minimizing wildlife vehicle collisions by identifying the best locations for wildlife funnel fencing, culvert retrofits, and hopefully some wildlife crossings. Back in 2011, Todd Atwood et al. Published a paper on black bear genetics in the Sky Island region, where they determined that I-10, rather than the U.S. border, at least at that time, divided the White Mountains subpopulation from the Mexico area subpopulation of bears. So black bear is one of the species that we're very interested in for this project. We have seen bears on several of our monitoring sites, and we've also documented, unfortunately, 2 road mortalities of bear, both of which occurred very close to the bridges. So one occurred in 2006 near the Davidson Canyon Bridge, and then during our roadkill survey just last year, there was a bear hit and killed up by the Cienega Creek Bridge. So that's one species that we're keeping a close eye on here. Our project has actually been fairly successful at gathering species richness data and these sites, and we've seen a lot of really neat species, as you would expect in the Las Cienegas, including badger, ringtail, raccoon, coati, and we've seen groups of coati with female and young as well as solitary males. We've also seen all 4 species of skunk. So we have one record of spotted skunk, a few of the striped skunk, and of course the hognose and hooded skunks have been pretty common. One of our volunteers also documented a clay-colored sparrow, which is fairly rare, at one of these project sites, so that was fun. We're seeing whitetail and mule deer crossing, of course, at the bridge site and at a few of the culvert sites. In addition to that, there's definitely some culvert sites that they're avoiding, so that's interesting to know. We have over 100,000 images now collected. We're not quite through a full year of data collection, and we've got about 12 volunteers, we call them our desert identifiers, working remotely from home to identify the species that we're seeing in all of these images. So we're hoping to catch up with our data collection pretty quickly here. And we're going to be extending this project another year, in particular because we want to document the before and after of the implementation of Pima County's new swing gate designs that they're installing at some of these culverts. These swing gates are designed to allow wildlife and water to pass through, but keep the cattle and the ATVs out. And so that will be very interesting for our project to be able to show the effectiveness of those as kind of an added benefit to this project as we're moving forward with it. It's been very rewarding, a lot of fun to go out there. We came up with a new way of mounting cameras up on the wing walls of these culverts that we hope we can share with other folks as an option when doing these kinds of passage rate studies. And as we're analyzing the data and getting this data in, of course, we'll be sharing those reports out with Pima County and others. So if you're interested in what we're seeing or have any additional questions, please reach out and let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions and also include in our analysis anything that might be beneficial for your work as well. Oh yeah, we also did see some turkeys, and that was really interesting and fun to see Gould's turkeys at one of our sites. So thank you very much. Again, if you have questions, please reach out, and thanks for having me.